President, pursuant to Rule 184A, as chairman of the Fisheries Committee, I want to point out that a British member of this House, Robert Rowland, last week published the comment that in the event of Brexit, any foreign fishing vessel in British waters should be given the same treatment as the Belgrano. President, you will know that the General Belgrano Argentinian cruiser was sunk with the loss of more than 300 lives during armed conflict in 1982. I want to point out that in the UK, the National Federation of Fishermen's Organisations has strongly denounced these words. And sickening though they are, it may be that this comparison and the suggestion that European fishermen could be killed for fishing in waters that they have used for generations will be dismissed as just words and hyperbole, and that free speech matters, and indeed it does. But the history, Mr. President, of Europe shows that words matter. Words can promote friendship, and they can foster hatred and division. President, I hope you will join me in regretting that someone from my country should have chosen to use these words for the latter purpose.
Grazie, onorevole Davies. Prendiamo...
Thank you, Mr. Davies. We note your thoughts.
Onorevole Rowland.
Mr. Rowland, please.
Yeah. Mr. President, thank you for allowing me to speak. First of all, in response to the other MEP, I'd like to say the following comment. I was responding to the verbal assault which you administered to one of my colleagues, June Mummery, after she confronted you outside the Fishery Committee, of which you are chairman. You verbally assaulted her, and we are issuing a disciplinary committee warning against you because of that. In regards to my response, it was based on the defence of the British fishing industry, which has been systematically destroyed by the European Union's policy of pulse fishing. And I will do my utmost to defend British fishermen. In terms of the language, it was a tongue-in-cheek comment based on the fact that our industry has been decimated. You should not have taken it literally. Of course, I'm not implying any form of violence on the high seas, even though we have seen it in 2018, where French and British fishermen did end up with a conflagration on the seas. But I am not suggesting for 1 minute that British fishermen should engage in any kind of military assault on overseas fishermen. I stand resolutely behind British fishermen, our fishing industry, and will never back down in that quest to defend them.
Onorevole Fox.
Mr. Fox.
Onorevole Fox. Non c'è?
Not present.
Yes. One thing that you can say about the British delegation at this part of the House is that we have a sense of humour and know that free speech matters. I think it's outrageous that when there's more important things to do, that this House has been used by one of our so-called colleagues from the UK to make cheap points, when there's far more important and serious matters that we need to take up. I defend the right of anyone to say anything, including his right, in fact, to be abusive. I think free speech matters and liberty matters, and we at the Brexit Party would do well, or you would do well, to take notice of us when we say that we'll defend you and you should stop nitpicking and having a go at us. This House, as much as it's not democratic, has really got better things to do than the internal rows led by the Lib Dems having a go at their colleagues from the UK.